website. Difference between medical lab technician and medical lab technologists, medical lab scientists. Medical lab technician and medical technologists both work in laboratories to analyze patient specimens and provide physicians with crucial diagnostic information. Lab professionals run tests on a variety of materials to identify information from blood type to genetic abnormalities. Also known as medical laboratory scientists or clinical laboratory scientists, there is a crossover between the job responsibilities and how the medical lab technician profile is different from a medical technologist. What does a medical lab technician do? Lab technicians play a crucial role in the overall functionality of the hospitals and clinics. They are part of a virtual team required for proper patient care. Medical lab technicians work with lab managers, physicians, and technologists to perform a variety of tests. They play an active role in the diagnosis process behind the scenes and do not typically contact patients. What is a medical lab technologist? A medical lab technologist prepares samples for analysis using specialized equipment and perform a careful analysis of blood, bodily fluids, and tissues to reveal the chemical composition and cell count. They run complex tests and interpret results to aid diagnosis and to provide high-level patient care. Technologists frequently come across infectious samples and pay attention to infection control by properly executing sterilization procedures. Medical technologists may have to work long hours and irregular shifts and act quickly during emergencies. What is the basic difference of medical lab technologist to that of the medical lab technician? Although related occupations, both lab technologists and lab technicians perform different duties and have different education requirements. To become a medical lab technologist, you need to have a bachelor's degree and a more extensive knowledge base than a technician. Medical lab technicians acquire, prepare, and analyze samples and perform routine laboratory procedures and instruments or equipment maintenance. Medical technologists can perform all the same duties but also perform more in-depth analysis physicians need. Technologists also contribute to research and developing new methods of testing and analysis in research settings. The main distinction between a medical technologist and a medical lab technician is that technologists can conduct more complex experiments than the medical lab technicians. Technologists are also trained to run manual tests which technicians do not do. Also, technologists may supervise and train technicians in the lab. Also, medical technologists usually pursue a specialization. Some of the specialties include blood bank technologists. These specialists are also known as immunohematology technologists and collect and interpret blood samples. They also prepare blood for transfusion. Immunology technologists. This specialty involves analyzing the immune system's response and effectiveness. Clinical chemistry technologists. They prepare samples and analyze chemical and hormone constitution in body fluids. Cytotechnologists, these lab professionals focus on the study of body tissues for signs of cancer. Microbiology technologists, these technologists analyze and research microorganisms like bacteria. Both professionals can opt for specialties in a specific area once they have gained significant experience. Work settings. In addition to clinical laboratories and hospitals, medical lab techs and technologists are needed in public health labs, biotechnology companies, law enforcement and forensic labs, the pharmaceutical and chemical industry, veterinary hospital and clinics, blood donation and transplant centers, fertility clinics, food industry, cosmetic industry, research and education. In these settings, lab professionals work under the supervision of a manager, supervisor, or administrator. Education and training. To become an entry-level medical technologist, a 4-year bachelor's degree is a must. one can study in medical technology or life sciences. Medical technology education covers the field in depth and thus preferred. The degree program covers maths, biology, chemistry, and statistics, and the clinical conduct.